evening, one and all. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome to the first class of CA Foundation Accounting. The name as per the ICI study material is Principle and Practice of Accounting. This is what name used in study material. Okay, but we will simply call it as accounting for simplicity. Now, before I get started with the classes, I like to give you a little bit overview and just overview of the things, how we're going to be doing. But first, before that, I am CA Sandesh. I qualified in the year 2012. Okay. For the first couple of years, I was with an MNC. Then since the last 7 years, I've been in the teaching field. So I primarily handle at CA Foundation level, I handle accounts. At CA Inter level, I handle accounting and advanced accounting and FM, 3 subjects. At CA Final, I handle financial reporting. That's what we call it as accounting there. Yes. So these are the few papers I handle at the CA levels. Other than this, I also handle some CS and ACCA papers also. So this is a brief intro about myself. A lot of you have joined up. So unfortunately, I can't ask your introduction. Maybe that we'll keep it for some other day. Okay. So now, before we start with the first topic, I'll give you an overview as to how we're going to be covering this particular syllabus. First is the paper pattern. In your examination, the accounting paper, yes, the paper number 1 will be for 100 marks. Nice. Paper pattern is very straightforward, guys. You have totally about 6 questions. Each carries 20 marks. 20 marker ka 6 questions. So 26 is 120. But your paper is only for 100 marks you need to attempt. Meaning 1 is an optional question. Meaning you'll have a choice. 1 you can leave away. Basically 5 questions, 6 questions will be given to you. 5 you need to answer. Each question carries about 20 marker. In that 6 question, question number 1, the first question is compulsory question. Meaning you have to attempt it. From question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, from that 5 questions, you can choose any 4 and answer. That is the paper structure that you're going to find in examination. All right. Okay. Next is coming to our class materials. Yes, I have sent you the notes. Yes, you must have received them on the group. Yes. So how have we constructed our class notes? First, ICAI study material. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, our institute, they give you study material. So we have covered all the questions of study material has been incorporated into your class material itself. Okay. So class material is a synopsis of ICAI material. ICAI material is quite lengthy. I've just reduced that and a few things which is unnecessary that I felt I've taken it off and I've just made a simple crisp notes for you. Okay. That notes will have all the questions from ICAI study material. First is that. And questions from RTP. That is revision test papers. RTP something known as revision test papers. Every attempt. Exams happen twice a year. Yes. June and normally this time it has got stretched. Normally it is May and November. These 2 are the months in which institute conducts examination every year. Yes. So every attempt, whenever exam is issued, ICAI or our institute in their website, they will host something known as RTP and MTP. Revision test papers, mock test papers. So alright. So those are your practice questions. These also we have incorporated into our class material itself. So some new questions, some different types of questions which are found in these has also been incorporated. Fair enough. And past paper questions also, like about 5 attempts more or less has passed with CA Foundation examination. Earlier it was known as CPT. For CA Foundation now about I think 4 or 5 attempts has been passed. Yes. So those past paper questions, whichever are different, all right, that also will be incorporated into your class material itself. Okay, this is the breakup of our material, how we have constructed. So if you refer our class materials, that is more than sufficient. Other than our class materials, nothing else or nothing extra you need to do. You worry about, you do class materials, that is sufficient for the examination. You don't have to do anything else. All right. Okay, next is the duration of our classes. Or how long will we have to see your face? Already we are getting bored. Yes, no. Yeah, full udda kudlu you have, long hairs. We don't like you, sir, already. Yeah. All right. So what is the duration of our classes? Our duration of our classes is 120 to 130 hours is what I'm estimating. It could be plus or minus here and there. Fair enough. As you can see, the coverage is quite comprehensive. Most of the things I'd like to do it in the class itself. I give quite less homeworks. Okay, only like if it is a different type of question, I'll do it in the class only. Okay, so that's the reason, since I practice a lot more questions, the duration may be a little bit on the higher side. So this is just an average number I am giving it to you. That's about the duration. Next is some other ka funda. What is others funda? Other than your class material, okay, you'll also have something known as colored chart book. So what is this colored chart book? Okay, just for simplicity, I can show you how it looks like. Fair enough. This is how a sample colored chart book will look like. Fair enough. This, and you'll also have chapter-wise test series. Chapter-wise chart book and chapter-wise test series. Also, you have an option to buy. Your call this is. If you want to buy them, you can go to learn.arivupro.com. There's a website. You'll be able to find this. Okay. So why chart book? Simple funda. With the chart book, you'll be able to revise the whole syllabus of accounting within 2 to 3 hours maximum. Okay. So this is more for your last minute revision. On the last day, if you have 700 pages of material, that will be little difficult to do everything. Yes. So I've summarized the contents into this. Okay. Into the chart books, which is in the color format. So that will help you your revision faster. So that is the intention of the chart book. So as you said, you can go to learn.arivupro.com and avail that if you want. Okay. Okay, this is specifically for the recorded guys. Those guys who are opted for our Pendrive classes or for online classes. There will be something known as recommended order for watching the online videos. Because common query we get from the recorded guys is, sir, you have covered all the topic, but I should watch the video in which order? That I am confused. Please help me. So I'll create a file, a PDF file, something known as recommended order for watching the videos. Okay. So you watch that. That will have in which order you need to watch the videos. So our face-to-face classes and our live online classes, we will conduct in that particular order. So you can also follow the same order for better benefits. Okay. That's that. And other thing is, sir, recorded guys again. Sir, how do I ask my doubt? For face-to-face, yes, you can ask straight away. Live online guys, yes, there is an option. Zoom mein, you can aram se ask it. For the recorded guys, on the ArivuPro app itself, you have an option to ask the doubt. There's something known as ask, like in any query, you can ask the doubt. There is a pop-up like that. You can ask the doubt through that particular app itself. You have an option. Okay, you can attach files and ask. So multiple options are there. In our class material also, first few pages we will attach saying how to navigate through ArivuPro app. Because other than this, we have other features also in the app, like study material will be attaching on our ArivuPro app. You can control the quality of the videos, meaning the speed of the videos. You can play it at 1, 1.25, 2 or 0.75. Like this speed control option is there. The clarity, video clarity, 360, 480, 720 pixel. Like this we have options. So all this will be called out in that particular first few pages of study material. Okay. If you have any other doubts, any system issues or anything, you can raise a ticket. Okay. We have a ticketing system. You can raise a ticket. It's there itself is available. All right. So you can raise a ticket. Our team will reach out to you and sort out that ticket as early as possible. Okay. So this is about the overview and things here. All right. Fair enough. So how to control speed? Now you can't control it. Macha, you have to wait. Gulam Rasool. Aapko wait karna padega ji. Alright. Not now. When you go for a recorded version, I'm talking about an app. There is an option. You can just check out. As I told you, all that option. We have made a separate video. How to navigate the app and all. You can go through that. Everything is given over there. Okay. First go through. Then I think you should be able to check it. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Any other questions you guys have? Are we supposed to maintain notebook? Obviously, no. Yes. See, simple funda, sir. I give you whatever materials. But at the end of the day, it's an accounting paper. So we'll be solving a lot of it. Yes. So I'll give you with solutions for many questions. But on the examination day, all right, your handwriting is the best way to revise. Okay. So my suggestion is, yes, have a notebook, write down the things. Fine. Fair enough. If you don't want, you do not have to write everything. But few things you have to compulsorily mean. It's a practical paper. Okay. Yes. Any other questions you have pertaining to syllabus? All good, no? That means we'll get started then. Hello guys, we'll get started with chapter number 1 of our accounts. Okay. The main heading is theoretical framework. So under this you can write the scope of or the meaning or introduction to accounting, you can call it. Fine. See, look, this particular chapter is about almost 20 pages in your study material. Fair enough. But all those contents, it's a theoretical concept. This one is first chapter, unit number 1 to, I think first 2 chapters in your study material is all mostly theory. Fair enough. So I've summarized that into about 3 pages of your chart book. So that is the importance of the chart book. We'll be able to collate things, reduce the pages and revise faster. Let's see how we can take the help of chart book and cover the things conceptually a lot earlier. Okay, let's give it a go. Fine. All right, first. So a common question everybody will ask now. When it's an accounting topic, what is the first question any teacher will ask you? What is accounting? Yes, that is the primary question which everybody asks. I'll also ask you to the same thing because we'll have to follow the trend, Yes. Fine. What is accounting, sir? Somebody is saying debit credit. Okay, I'll just go one step back. What is accounting? First of all, okay, I'll modify it slightly. Why do we need accounting, sir? Why do we need accounting? Yes. If accounts was not there, things were simple, no? Yes. You and I would not meet. Yes. Whole lot of things would have been easier. Yes. Many things would have been easier. Why do we need accounting? Can you tell me that? Somebody is saying to record the transactions. Fine. A simple mathematics can also do that, no? Mathematics can also do that. I received cash. I paid cash. So when I receive the cash, I'll take it as plus. When I pay the cash, I will write it as minus. Like this, I can do. Yes, a simple maths also can do that. To know profit or loss, to know financial position, for accuracy, to have an overview of money spent. My God, you are super duper active. That is awesome to see. Awesome. All right. Yes, you're all right. Yes, a simple mathematics also can record the transaction. But there is some loophole between maths. The mathematics, everything you can't cover. Like if I have to give you an example. See, to conduct the classes, I have brought a camera, correct? Yes, I purchased a camera. I require camera, mic, laptops, iPad. These are the things I require to give online classes. Yes, let's take a simple one. I purchased a camera by paying 50,000 rupees. I spent 50,000 to purchase a camera. Okay. Now using this camera, I am conducting a class. So when I conduct a class, you're going to pay me fees. Yes, no. I'm going to collect some money from you. Yes. Let's say I collected a total fees of, 30,000 rupees. I spent on a camera 50,000. I conducted the class. Through that class, I earned about 30,000 rupees. Can I tell, listen to this question carefully. Can I tell I made a loss of 20,000? Can I say I made a loss of 20,000? Because 50,000 spent, okay, I got 30,000. I spent 50,000. That means I made a loss of 20,000. Can I tell like this, sir? Because if you do maths, that's what you will be doing. Yes, no? When money comes in, you will say plus. When money goes out, you will do minus. Yes. So you're going to compare this plus minus and accordingly you will get the result. Yes. Now that's what I've done here as per mathematics. I spent 50. So minus 50 I've did. I received 30, so I've written plus 30. I did a plus 30 minus 50 and I'm getting minus 20. A simple question is, can I say I made a loss of 20,000 current year? Majority answer is absolutely no. Why? Sir, this is the loophole of mathematics. See, mathematics may plus minus works. But am I going to use this camera? One simple concept we are forgetting. That is, camera I purchased, sir. Am I going to use it only for 1 year? Am I going to use this camera only for 1 year? Like one batch I will do and throw off the camera. Yeah, to hell with you. Go. I don't want yours. I'll throw it off like that. Yes. I feel I can use it for 3 years. That is my assumption. Yes, the camera ka life is for 3 years. I'm just saying. Okay. That means, can I compare this with this and say I made a loss? That will be wrong. Why? Sir, camera, you will use it for 3 years. But the fees that you took, the 30,000, that is only for 1 year. When you are comparing, things have to be on the same platform. Then only you will get profit or loss. Correct? Yes, if you want to get a comparison, Apple versus Apple comparison you need to do. Apple versus watermelon, if you compare, will you get the good result? No, right? So that is the loophole of mathematics. Okay, that is where accounting came into play. Fair enough? Because just recording inflows and outflows, you will not get everything. It just takes off the purpose. Like here, if you do the plain comparison, it looks like I made a loss. Probably it is not a loss. Why? Because I'm going to use this camera for 3 years. That means 3 years I'm going to get revenue. Then only I'll be able to check whether I made a profit or loss. Yes, this is one of the primary loopholes. Hence, they start building upon the ideas. Okay, we need a system through which we should be able to record it. Okay, and then ascertain whether we made a profit or loss. That is where the thinking started, and there goes the need for accounting. If we understand this, okay. So mathematics also will serve the purpose, but it will not serve the purpose greatly. Hence, there was a need for an accounting system. Okay, awesome. So let's come back now. First thing is transaction. Okay, what do we mean by transaction? Transaction is what? Because in accounting, if you just say, if you remember accounting, a definition in your 11th standard or first PUC as we call it in Karnataka. Yes, 11th standard. What was the definition of accounting, sir? You said, some of you said recording. What do we record? In accounts, we only record two things, transaction and we record event. These are the only two things we record. Yes, transaction and event. This is all we record. That means we need to know what is a transaction. Everybody correct? Don't look at the screen there. Unfortunately, it's visible though for you. What do we mean by transaction? What do we mean by transaction? Or here only it says transaction means what? Performance of an act. If you do any activity, that we call it as a transaction. Only if there is an activity, then only there is a need to account. Otherwise, it is not required. Do we understand this? Yes. In accounts, we only record transaction. Transaction means an activity. Performance of an act or activity, we call it as a transaction. Okay. So only transaction we record. Sir, okay, yesterday I had a super duper dream. Okay. That I won a lottery. In my dream, I won a lottery of 10 crore rupees, sir. In my dream, okay, I dreamt big. In the dream, I won a lottery income of 10 crore. Can I record this in my books? This came in my dream, that you will win lottery income in the next 1 month. Can I record this in my accounting records? No, why da? You can express in money, no. Somebody said monetary transactions are recorded. That's the reason I'm putting you this pointer. Okay, somebody said, sir, only if the transaction is monetary. Meaning if you can express in terms of money, then you can record. So I'm giving you an example. I had a dream that I will win 1 crore or 10 crore rupees in 1 month. I should not record. Why? Don't tell me. No, in dream books you can record. But why? Give me the logic of this. Why we don't record? Because is this really a business related one or is this a notional one? Did this actually happen or this is a notional one? This is a notional one, yes. So we don't do notions and stuff in accounting. Fair enough. So we want those transactions which has actually happened. That is the first thing. Notional accounting, we don't know. If this happens, what to do? If that happens, what to do? That and all we don't do. Got it? If the transaction has happened, do a recording for that. That is observation. All right. Second one, let me give you another example. Okay. Mr. Narayan Murthy again. Mr. Narayan Murthy, okay, was appointed, let's say, as a managing director of Infosys. Can you pass a journal entry for this? A particular managing director was appointed. He was fired. Okay, a particular employee joined. A particular employee quit. For these sort of things, can you record in accounts? By recording, I mean journal entry. Yes, all of you must have heard about something known as journal. Yes. Can we pass journal entry for these sort of transactions? employee joining, employee quitting, etc., etc. Can we record this? Can we record? No. No, sir. Why, sir? Why, sir? Because in accounts, we only record monetary transaction, meaning only those transactions which you can express in terms of money. Those transactions which you can express in terms of money, only that can be recorded. Okay. So all this, you cannot find out the value in terms of money. How much is this worth? Do you know? Do you know exactly how much is this worth? We don't know. Yes, you can't express this particular transaction. It may be transaction, but it is a non-monetary transaction. If it is a non-monetary transaction, sorry boss, we cannot record in accounts. Fine. So I hope transaction is clear. So transaction means a performance of an act. Okay, but that act should be monetary act. Can I say like this? First definition, is it okay for everybody? Okay. So that's about transaction. I told accounting is done for transaction as well as an event. Event. Yes. Now what is an event? Now event is the result of that activity. The result of the transaction, we call it as an event. Like, to give you an example, sir, let us say I purchased. Okay, I'm a dealer in this pen. Okay, I buy and I sell this pen. That is my business. I purchased 100 pens, sir, with an intention to sell it. That's my business. Okay. I sold during the current year, this year, I sold about 70 pens. I purchased 100 pens. I sold 70 pens. Is this a transaction? Or let's say I purchased 100 pens by paying 1 lakh. I sold 70 pens, let's say at 90,000. Is this a transaction? These two. Purchase of goods, sale of goods. Is this a transaction? Transaction is an activity, meaning a monetary activity. So I have done two activities here. One is a purchasing, another one is selling. Both the things can be expressed in terms of money, no? Purchase ka value is 1 lakh, sale ka value is 90,000. Yes? So you are able to express this in terms of money. So that means both of this are transaction. So far, okay? Fine. Can you tell me how much pen is remaining with me, sir? Because I purchased 100 and I sold only 70. How much pen is remaining with me? Purchased 100, sold 70. That means how much is remaining? 30 pens is remaining with me, no? 100 minus 70, which is 30 pens. Whatever goods is remaining with you, that only we call it as a closing stock, if you remember. Yes. Whatever goods which you purchased, but which you did not sell, that only we call it as closing stock. Now, is this a transaction? This 30 pens, is it a transaction or is it an event according to you? This 30 pens or this closing stock, is it a transaction or is it an event? Can you tell me this? Confirm me this number. Transaction, T or E, that's all you type. T for transaction, E for event. That's all I'm looking for. Transaction or event? Event. Perfect. So this is not a transaction. This is an event. Because I did not buy this 30 pens separately. I bought 100 pens. In that 100 pens, I sold 70 pens. Whatever. Due to these transactions, I'm having some effect. Okay. Because I did this transaction, I am getting some residue. Yes. I'm getting some effect. That effect we call it as an event. Okay. So accounts is only concerned with recording transaction events. That's all. So both, is it okay for you? Transaction is an activity which can be expressed in money. Event is the result of that activity or the result of that transaction. So now you tell me, sir, if I make some profit, is it a transaction or is it a loss? Because I purchased some pens, I sold some pens. That means I would have made some profit or I would have made some loss. No? Is that profit or loss a transaction or is it an event? Is this profit or loss? I don't want how much profit and all. Leave that. Okay. Whether this is a transaction or event. This becomes an event. Yes. I purchased the goods and I sold the goods. So that I'm getting a result. That result is nothing but profit or loss. That only we call it as an event. So another example for event is profit or loss. That's all. It's a funda. Okay. Now can we get to the other one? Next is accounting. What do we mean by the term accounting? Sir, accounting is simply, this definition you must have got it, 11th standard also, no? Accounting is nothing but what, sir? It's a process of recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting, and communicating the transaction and events to the interested parties. Yes, this definition must have been registered in your head, no? No? First time listening, anybody listening to this for the very first time? Yeah, I don't think so, but still asking just to be sure. Yes, so what do we do in accounting? Sir, accounting simply deals with process of recording. Recording means journals. Recording the transaction. If you pass journal entry, we call it as recording, because that's how we record the transaction, by passing something known as journal entry. Okay. Not only that, accounting also deals with classifying, which means preparing ledger accounts. Okay, all this also is a separate topic for you. We will be doing them a little bit in detail also, but for now the time being, I'll just give you an overview of what this means, which I'm sure majority of you already know. Okay, so classifying is nothing but ledger. Recording is journal, classifying is ledger activity, summarizing is nothing but your trial balance, TB. Preparation of trial balance, we call it as summary, because what happens was, see, just by journal entry, can you prepare balance sheet? See, some of you have already done, so I am asking you some questions. If some of you are not able to remember, or if you have forgotten, absolutely no problem. All these are separate topic any which way. Okay, so don't have to freak out. Okay, I am just thinking that some of you know these sort of things, and I will ask you some extra questions. If you know it, answer it. Otherwise, it is okay. Just with journal entry, can you prepare balance sheet or P&L straight away, sir? Just with journal. Imagine an organization like Reliance or Tata. They will have just 1 or 2 journal entries. They'll have lakhs and lakhs of, or maybe crores of journal entries. Yes. Can you go through all the 100 crore? If they have 100 crore journal entries, will you go through 100 crore journal entries and then prepare P&L balance sheet and all? Then that P&L balance sheet will take probably 1 or 2 months to get prepared. Yes, no? Because that much data, if you have to go through, you need a lot of time. Hence, journal will not serve the purpose of preparing balance sheet. Hence, they said, let's do something known as classifying activity, which is nothing but ledger. Ledger means what, sir? See, in journal means you take one account. Using 2 accounts, you pass journal entry. Yes, no, sir? To pass journal entry, you require 2 accounts. Yes. On single account, how many ever transactions are there? Like cash account. How many ever cash transactions a company has done? All that you will get it in one bucket. I'll repeat that. All the cash transaction which the company has done. If company prepares a cash account, meaning cash ledger account, then all such transaction will be visible in this cash account. That is your cash bucket. That is your ledger activity. Okay, just grouping of the transaction. That's all is ledger. Clear? Fair enough. Whatever accounts you have, you're going to prepare like, in the T format. We call that as a T format. If you remember, this account will look like a T. Yes. You'll also do this by just saying it. Okay. Yes. So it just gives you how much ever a transaction that has happened during the whole year. Fine. That is your classifying activity. Next is summarizing. Summarizing means trial balance. Meaning, sir, you may have 100 crore journal entry. But you may also have maybe about 10 crore ledger also, because you might be dealing with a lot of people. Yes, right now I see that more than 100 students are attending the class now. Yes, that means we would have received the fees from each of you. Correct, no? That means I have to maintain 100 ledger accounts just for one course, sir. Yes, correct. That's a big number. Yes. So still ledger account also may be many number. So ledgers also will not help you to prepare your financial statements. Hence, they look at one more activity, that is summarizing, which is preparation of trial balance. In TB, what happens? All these ledger accounts, yes, all the ledger accounts will have some balance. We used to write to balance carried down or by balance carried down like this. Each ledger account will have some balance remaining. Yes, that balance remaining, you put it in one particular format or in one particular statement. That statement we call it as trial balance, and that activity is what we call it as summarizing. Meaning with trial balance only we prepare financial statements like balance sheet, P&L, etc. Is this okay so far, guys? Whatever I'm speaking, going in or full G? In and out or going in? What is it? Able to follow? No issues, no? Fine. All this will not come as a straightforward question in your examination, but we are just discussing it in detail. Okay. Generally from the first topic, no sir, they're mostly asking you true or false question. That's all they're asking. This first particular in your study material, there are two chapters. I have bifurcated that into 10 chapters. From all those 10 chapters, you can expect about 5 to maybe 10 marks from in your examination. All the 10 or 11 chapters put together. Fine. Well, these sort of things they will not ask, but we just have to be prepared just in case they ask anything. Got it? We will not take a chance. If there is a concept, we will do it. That's how I work with things. So far good, no? Give me a quick confirmation that yes, things are okay, or you need any repetition. All clear. Awesome. Okay, so we looked at recording, classifying, summarizing. Next one is analyzing. Now, some of you have already prepared balance sheet. With that intention, I will just go ahead and explain this. If you have not done, absolutely not a problem. We have to any which way do it. We just started the party. Party is going to go on for another 120, 130 hours. Yes? Okay. So now, in balance sheet, sir, some of you have done balance sheet. First, what do you show, sir? First component on the asset side. We'll do it in the T format. Remember, you used to do like this: liabilities amount, assets amount. Like this, you used to prepare balance sheet, not company's balance sheet, a sole proprietor's balance sheet. Yeah, I'm talking about that. What is the first thing you will show under asset side, sir? Which asset will you show first? First, generally, we show fixed asset. Yes, no? Yes. Under fixed asset, we will show land, we will show building, we will show plant and machinery. Like this, you will show. Correct? Then you will show something known as current assets. Under current assets, cash, debtors, etc., etc., which some of you must have done. Correct? Now, analyzing means putting them in particular order or preparing financial statements in one particular order. Okay, so that users will understand it. Meaning, I should not show land under fixed assets and I should not show building under current assets. Can I do this? Land, I will show it under fixed asset. Building, can I show it under current assets? No. That deals with your interpretation wala or analyzing wala activity. Meaning, showing the components in a way that people will be able to understand it. That's all is analyzing. Basically, arranging it, you can call it. Okay. Whatever components belongs to that component, show it there only. Meaning land, building, plant and machinery. All this we call it as fixed assets. So show it there only. Okay. Fair enough. One fixed assets, you can't show it under current assets. What if we mix up? You should not mix up. Okay. Then it will not serve the purpose, Varsha. Is that okay? Yes. If you just mix it up, it will not serve the purpose. I will not understand. Suppose your company you mixed up. Okay, you said, no, I want to do chow bath accounting. My mercy, I am doing it. I will prepare the way I want it. Now you prepared the way you want it and you gave that balance sheet to me. Will I understand it? Okay, your chow bath balance sheet. Will I understand? Absolutely no. Yes, no. So you should prepare financial statements in such a way that you should be able to understand. People should be able to understand that. So hence this. Got it? All right. That is the intention of your analyzing. Next is interpreting. Interpreting means, sir, just by looking at balance sheet, balance sheet, generally financial statements, we give it so that it will help you with the decision making. Like, I have 10,000 rupees with me, sir. Okay, I have 10,000 rupees cash with me. I want to buy Infosys ka share out of this. I want to go to stock market and buy Infosys ka share. How will I decide? Or let's say I want to invest that 10,000 rupees in share market. Okay. How will I decide that? Because there are more than 1,000 companies which trade or which are listed on stock exchange. Yes, no. Not just one company. There is Infosys, Reliance, like this. Thousands of companies are there. How will I decide which company ka share I should buy, sir? Company ka profit, somebody is saying, okay. company ka profit you will get it from which, sir? Which one will give you company ka profit? Which statement will give you company ka profit? Profit and loss account. Yes, no, correct. So basically, by analyzing financial statements like I'll check balance sheet, I will just check P&L, then I will decide which company ka shares I should buy or not. Correct? Yes. So interpreting deals with, just like that, if you write a land and building 1 crore, will investors know about this? Will investors know how many land does this company have? How many land does the company have? How many plant and machinery does the company have? Okay, how are they depreciating this? All this data, can you look at a balance sheet and conclude? Just by looking at balance sheet, can I tell how much land, how much building, how much plant and machinery company has? No. Yes or no? That means I need to give some explanation to my shareholders, or I need to give some explanation to the financial statement, meaning I have calculated all this through this. Some explanation you need to give it for those numbers that you give here. That we call it as interpreting. So give some extra data about the components in financial statements so that people will understand it better. That's your interpretation activity. Done. Yes. Just basically you can think of this as an additional information. That's all. Now I give examples to make you understand the concept, like that to me. Okay. Even company needs to give additional data so that the shareholders will understand financial statements. Balance sheet, profit and loss account. These are the things we call it as financial statements. Got it? Okay. So accounting deals with recording, doing all this. Doing all this for what? Doing all this for transaction and events. Result is nothing but event. After doing all this activity, what do you do, sir? You tell it or you communicate it to whoever is interested in it. So all these financial statements, you will give it off to whoever is interested. That could be investors, government, debtor, creditor, employees, management, whoever. You do all these functions and give all this data to somebody, whoever is interested. That's all is accounting. Okay. Almost we spent about 20 minutes just on accounting. Went in Okay, yes, don't worry about the time. It's fine. We can always catch up. Oh, okay, no problem. Balance sheet. Somebody saying I'm a science student, sir. I don't know balance sheet. I told no, Rohan, absolutely no issues. Fine. Okay, we will cover all this stuff. Balance sheet is a statement which gives you assets and liabilities. No worries, we will cover them. No problem. It will get covered also in the due course. No issues. Other than that, Rohan, you are able to understand nobody. Don't worry about terminologies, P&L, balance sheet and all. We have to anyway do it. You'll get a more clarity on this. Now, if I go on spending time with that, it'll be waste of time because we have a separate concept for that. And there I'll be able to explain you. Okay. Next is objectives of accounting. Why do we do accounting? What do we achieve from accounting? By doing all this drama. Why? First is you will be able to record all the transactions. That is the first objective. Everything, if there is any monetary transaction, okay, it should be recorded. That is one of the objectives you will achieve by accounting. Okay, you can't skip anything. Fair enough. If it is monetary, you need to record. There is no choice. Okay, so it's only 500 rupees. I will not account. Sorry, there is nothing like that. If a transaction can be expressed in money, you need to record it. Okay, so that means every organization will record every monetary transaction. So you will not skip anything. So that is one objective of accounting. So that all the transactions will be systematically recorded through passing something known as journal entry. That is the first aspect. Okay. Second one is ascertainment of results. Meaning by doing accounting, you will get to know whether you made a profit or you made a loss. Because everyone is doing business for what, Joyce? Why am I shouting this so much? Why am I doing all this? To know ultimately whether I made a profit by doing this or I made a loss. Yes, no. So basically you will know the result of that business, meaning profit or loss, by doing something known as accounting. Okay. That is the second objective. Third one is ascertainment of financial position. Meaning, see, if you're doing transaction, then you will have some assets, you will have some liabilities. Asset means something which the company owns. Asset means which the company owns. Like, I have a cash of 100 rupees. Is it my asset? I have a cash of 100 rupees. Is it my asset? Yes, because I own it. Yes. Something which we own, something which the business owns, we call it as an asset. Got it? Something which the business has to pay somebody. Like, if you must have in liability side, you must have heard about something, or if you take a bank loan, let's say, to start a business, I took a bank loan of 1 lakh rupees. To start a business, I took a bank loan of 1 lakh rupees. Does this 1 lakh rupees belong to me, or I have to pay back to the bank? Does this 1 lakh rupees belong to me, or I need to pay back? I need to pay back. Yes, no, correct. So that too we call it as liability. Something which the business owes. Something which the business owns, we call it as an asset. Something which the business owes, O-W-E-S. Something which they have to pay. Okay, that we call it as liability. That's the difference between asset and liability. Some of you said science background, so I'm just telling you a little more extra there. That's it. Okay, fine. Okay, so far. So this asset and liability position, how much asset I have, how much liability I need to pay. Okay, by doing accounting, you will get to know this. So that we call it as financial position. Meaning financial position means assets and liability ka position. How much asset I have, how much liability I need to pay. So by preparing balance sheet, you will be able to ascertain that. Okay, that is also one of the objectives of accounting. You'll be able to achieve that. Okay. Last one is providing information for decision making. See, as I told you now, if I want to buy some company ka shares, I need to know their balance sheet and P&L and all, right? Yes. So accounting will give me that data, that balance sheet. By doing accounting, I'll be able to give the data to whoever is interested. Based on that data, okay, so companies can take, or the persons can take whatever decisions they want. That is another objective of accounting, providing the necessary information to take the decisions. All right. Next, bookkeeping and accounting. There is a difference between bookkeeping and accounting. There are two terminologies. Now, bookkeeping means simply recording the transaction. Bookkeeping simply means recording the transaction. Okay. So basically, bookkeeping versus accounting is something which generally gets asked in true or false questions from this topic. So we are getting the difference so that we'll be able to answer that true or false in our examination. Let's understand the points. Then I will give you some true or false questions. You tell me how easily or you're able to solve that. That is the intention. Okay. So bookkeeping simply means recording the transaction. Does accounting mean simply recording the transaction, sir? Does accounting mean only recording, or what is it? Recording is just one function. We record, we classify, we summarize, we analyze, we interpret, we communicate. Yes, these are the functions of accounting. So what? Bookkeeping is a smaller function. It involves only recording. Accounting is a much larger activity which involves not only recording but also other things. That is the first difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Okay, bookkeeping is only recording. Accounting involves recording, summarizing, recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting, and communicating the results. So it is a much larger activity, you can call it. That is the first difference. Okay. Now you tell me, sir. Now let's understand whether you've got it. Yeah, you can call it as this is a smaller scope. This is a wider scope. Bookkeeping has a smaller scope. Accounting has a wider scope. Agreed, Vasudev. Thank you. Now you tell me, in bookkeeping, will we prepare financial statements? I think Rohan, science background student. I want you to answer, buddy. Okay, others I'm sure many of them would know it. Okay, you tell me, sir. Financial statement means balance sheet, P&L, etc., etc. Okay. Will you prepare balance sheet in bookkeeping activity? No. Bookkeeping is only what? Bookkeeping is recording. Just recording. Bookkeeping deals only with recording. Fine. So financial statement ka preparation is not part of bookkeeping. Whereas under accounting, you also need to prepare financial statements. That is the second difference between bookkeeping and accounting. What is the third difference you could tell? Sir, will accounting give you the results? Through accounting, can you know profit or loss? Yes. Through bookkeeping, can you know profit or loss? No, because you're not preparing P&L balance sheet. No. So bookkeeping will not give you results, nor it will give you financial position. That is an other difference. Okay. So where is that? Yeah, it's not given. Maybe you can include that also. Okay. Through bookkeeping, you will not get to know the results, nor are you going to get the financial position. Financial position are included here. Results also, like you can include if you want. Okay. Now, decision making. Can you take a decision just with the help of bookkeeping, sir? Can you take the decision just with the help of journal? No, you require a lot more data than journal. Yes. So decisions cannot be taken with the help of these bookkeeping records. So accounting, with accounting records, you can take MD. MD means managerial decisions. Managerial decisions like whether should I do the business, should I expand the business, or should I reduce my business, should I appoint somebody as a managing director, okay, or what price I should sell the goods. Yes, whom should I sell the goods? Like this, many decisions will be there. Yes, no. Like if you talk about academy, right? Our headache will be what? Should we provide coaching for CA Foundation, CA Inter and CA Final also? Or just for CA Foundation? Or just for CA Final? Like this, we may have to take a lot of decisions. No? Yes. Right now, our academy is only in Bangalore, a Review Pro. Yes. We may also think to expand. Yes, if many people are attending from Chennai or Hyderabad, we may also think about opening a branch in Hyderabad. Yes, Tamudu. Arthamainda. Alright. So we may think on those lines also. Yes. Those are your managerial decisions. With accounting, you will be able to take those decisions. With bookkeeping records, you will not be able to do it. That is another difference. Ardhamainda, awesome. Okay, Tamudus. Alright, next is no sub-fields. Bookkeeping does not have any sub-fields. It does not have anything under it. Okay, bookkeeping just deals with recording. Okay. But accounting has various sub-fields, meaning it has something under that. That is, you have something known as financial accounting, management accounting, cost accounting, human resource accounting. Like this, you have various sub-fields also available under accounting, which is not there for bookkeeping. That is another difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Arthaita Guru? Awesome. Alright, so these are the differences between bookkeeping and accounting. Alright, let's do one thing. Let's have a quick recap. These are all topics which you need to remember. Let's see how much of it we'll remember. We'll throw this out. Let's try to recover like that too. Recollect like that only. First, accounting deals with what, sir? No need to write down, sir. You can purchase all this. This chart book, you will be able to purchase it. As I told you, okay, I think you can, Shreya, you logged in late, I think. Yes. No need to write all this. I've given you in the form of notes also, all this. Okay. But in this format, you will be able to learn it faster. That is the intention of the charts. You can buy this chart book from learn.arivupro.com. I think I told that. Yeah. Maybe you logged in late. No issues. If you still want to write down, you're free to write. Your pen, your books. Yeah. Your time. Oh, am I to say no? Correct. No. But not required. Yes. Fine. Okay. Awesome. Let's have a quick recap. So accounting deals with what, sir? Only transaction and events. Transaction means what? It is an activity, but that activity should be expressed in terms of money. Okay. What is event? Event is the result of that activity, meaning it's the result of the transaction. We call it as an event, like closing stock, profit, loss. All these are events. Okay. So accounting deals only with transaction and events. Now, what do we do in accounts? In accounting is an activity which deals with recording, meaning passing journal entry, which we will see. Next, it deals with classifying, which deals with ledger accounts. Third one, it deals with summarizing, which deals with trial balance. Fourth one, it deals with interpreting. And fifth one, analyzing and interpreting. And finally, communicating those transaction events to those interested parties. The party could be anybody, employees, government, debtor, creditor, any person involved. Okay. So that is the primary function of accounting. Next, what do we achieve by accounting? One objective we can achieve is you can record all the transactions. So systematic recording of transactions will happen. That is one objective. 2, with the help of accounting, you will be able to know the results, meaning you made a profit or you made a loss. That you will be able to achieve. Third one, you'll know the financial position, meaning how many assets does the company have, how much they need to pay, meaning how much liabilities the company has to pay. That can be achieved. Okay, and also all the decision making. Yes, accounting gives you all the necessary information through which decisions can be taken. That is the objective. Next is difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Bookkeeping only deals with recording the transaction. Accounting deals with much more than that. One is that. 2, with bookkeeping, you will not get to know the results. Whether you made a profit or you made loss, you will not get to know. With accounting, you can know the results. Third one, with bookkeeping, you will not know the financial position. But with accounting, you will be able to know the financial position. Fourth one, with bookkeeping, you cannot take managerial decisions because data is not available. But with accounting, you can take those managerial decisions. Okay, anything if you also add, like bookkeeping does not have any subfields, but accounting has subfields like financial accounting, managerial accounting, cost accounting, etc., etc., which subfields we will cover next only. Okay, so far any doubt anybody? All good? Okay, awesome. Next, subfields of accounting. Just now we discussed the subfields of accounting, correct? So there are various subfields of accounting. Let's understand that a little bit. First is financial accounting. Financial accounting means it is that branch of accounting which deals with preparation of FS. FS means financial statements. Like balance sheet, P&L and all, just now we discussed, that only we call it as financial statement. So financial accounting deals with preparing that financial statements. Okay, that is one. Second is management accounting. Now, management accounting means what? Now, see, sir, I prepared, let's say, Arivu Pro ka balance sheet. Or let's say I prepared Arivu Pro ka P&L. Okay, last year I prepared a profit and loss account of Arivu Pro. And I got to know that, let's say, company made a profit of 1 lakh rupees. I prepared profit and loss account of Arivu Pro, our company, and I got to know that we made a profit of 1 lakh rupees. Now, I am asking you one question, see if you can answer me this. Now, I want to open another branch, let's say in Delhi. Like Bangalore, I want to open another branch in Delhi. This is a decision, like managerial decisions. I can call like this, managerial decision. Can I take this decision just by looking at this data? Just by looking at P&L, can I take this decision of opening a branch in Delhi? I made a profit in Bengaluru, so that means I will open another branch in Delhi. Is it as simple as that? Just with this information, can I take this particular decision? Can you give me this? No. That means I need to know some more data. Yes, no? Like in Bangalore, I might be giving coaching for CA Foundation, CA Inter, CA Final. Does it mean in Delhi also I will provide all the three? Does it mean in Delhi also I will provide all the three? Not possible. Yes, because I need to know a lot other data. Yes, no, because Delhi audience may prefer Hindi. Yes, possible they may like to watch the videos in Hindi. But Bangalore audience may prefer English. Yes, that means I need a data like in my Bangalore. Alright, in the Bangalore that I'm operating, how many students in Bangalore are watching Hindi videos, English videos like this? And within my Bangalore branch also, I need to know which course is producing this profit. Like it's possible. Overall, the company made a profit of 1 lakh. In CA Foundation, let's say I made a profit of 90,000. CA Inter, let's say I made a profit of 70,000. Or let's make it as 1 lakh. Or 70,000 only. In CA Final, I made a loss of 60,000. Is it possible like this? Yes. CA Foundation, I gave the coaching. I made a profit of 90 by giving that coaching. CA Inter, I gave the coaching and I made a profit of 70,000. CA Final, I made a loss of 60,000. Can you tell me overall profit or loss, sir? Overall profit or loss is how much? 1 lakh. Yes or no? By adding all this, I'm getting 1 lakh. Yes. That is what my P&L is showing. 1 lakh profit. Now, if I have to open a branch in Delhi, again I need to take a decision. Should I give the coaching for all the three or just one, etc., etc.? Yes or no? Correct? So, just by looking at P&L balance sheet, you can't take all the managerial decisions. You require some other data also. Like how many students are registered for CA Foundation? How many students registered for CA Inter? How many students registered for CA Final? Like this. Yes. How many of them look for coaching? Yes. How do they prefer the coaching? Whether they want face-to-face batch, live online batch, recorded sessions. Yes, I require all many other data also to take these decisions. Yes or no? That is nothing but management accounting. Because if you want to take management decisions, right, your just P&L and balance sheet may not be sufficient. You may require certain other data also. Providing that other data, whatever management wants, that comes under management accounting wala funda. Whatever data management requires to take the decisions, providing that information or providing that data comes under management accounting wala principle. So management accounting simply deals with providing various reports for decision making. Whatever reports, like I'll give the report. There are about 1,000 students in CA Foundation, 200 students in CA Inter, 10 students in CA Final. Like this, if I give some extra data, based on this extra data also decisions could be taken. That providing that extra data comes under management accounting wala funda. That's all. Okay. Next is cost accounting. Cost accounting means what? So now some of you have joined for face-to-face classes. Some of you have joined for live online class. Yes. You might have got one fees. Okay, let's say I don't know the exact fees. I'm just going to assume. Let's say we charged 15,000 rupees. Don't argue with the academy later on. Okay, I'm just assuming this. I don't know the fees. Let me be very clear. Let us say we charged 15,000 rupees from you. Okay, to give you CA Foundation coaching. 4 subjects and we charged 15,000 rupees. Assumption. Okay. Just like that, I made up this number, sir. One fine day, I got up and said 15,000 CA Foundation coaching fees. Did I decide this like that? Or based on some data, I decided this number? Did I decide this 15,000 randomly or I would have worked it out? I would have worked it out. Yes or no? Based on my workings only or based on some data only, I would have worked out this? Yes. That deals with cost accounting. At what price? Cost accounting basically deals with finding the cost of the product. If you are selling any particular product, okay, first you need to produce it. Yes. To produce it, how much cost it requires. To sell it, how much cost you require. Or we are not selling you any product here. I'm giving you some service. Yes, no. Teaching is a service. I'm not giving you anything. Yes. Product I'm not selling. I'm giving you a service. To give this service, teaching service, how much money we require. Because if we have to give the coaching, we need to hire teachers. To teachers, we need to pay the fees. Yes. We need to have other admin guys also. There will be 101 cost. Correct or no? So basically, cost accounting deals with finding the cost of a particular product. Because only if you know the cost of the product, okay, then only you will know at what price to sell the product. No? Like suppose, let's say a particular product, I'm buying and selling this pen. To purchase this pen, or total cost associated with this pen is 100 rupees. If I know this, can I decide my selling price as an SP? My total cost associated with buying and dealing with this pen is 100 rupees. If I have this particular data, can I decide at what price I can sell the goods? Yes, I can easily find out the selling price. I may say, okay, on each pen, I want to make 20 rupees profit. This pen will cost about 100 rupees. On each pen, I want to make 20 rupees profit. That means I will sell this pen at 120 rupees. Yes or no? That is the funda of cost accounting. To give you this cost data, how much cost is required to give a particular product, to produce a particular product or to give a particular service. That comes under cost accounting wala branch. Fair enough? Okay. And also it deals with controlling cost. See, if I know the cost, then maybe next year I can also think about reducing the cost. Yes, no. If I know exactly how much it will cost, I can strike a better deal. I can negotiate, and there is a possibility that I can also reduce this cost in future years. Yes. So cost accounting deals with that. Ascertaining the cost, meaning finding out the cost, and controlling that cost. That branch comes under cost accounting wala funda. You'll learn, there is a separate topic known as costing in your CA inter level. You'll be learning all about this in your next level. You don't have to worry about cost accounting for the time being. That is a separate subject altogether. Okay, awesome. Next is social responsibility accounting. Another subfield of accounting, which is social responsibility accounting. Now, what is this now? Now, recently, if you just observe, due to COVID, many companies donated thousands of crores. Yes, you must be aware of this. Tata Limited, Reliance, they donated thousands. They set up COVID hospitals. Many of them gave like ambulance kit, ambulance, PPE kits, like this. Many service they gave. They donated Prime Minister Relief Fund, Chief Minister Relief Fund. Yes. Why do you think they did all that? Because anyway, if company makes profit, on that profit, company has to pay tax to the government. Whatever profit company makes, they have to pay on that profit tax to the government. Why should they also do all this extra activity? Goodwill, okay. Somebody say social responsibility, correct. Sir, simple. See, imagine a company like any company for that matter. Let's say Tata only. Okay, let's say they're producing. Let's say Tata Steel. There is a company known as Tata Steel. Sir, to manufacture steel, you obviously require some raw material. Yes, no, sir? Yes. Raw material you require. Yes, using that raw material only you can produce a steel. Correct? Whatever be the raw material. Okay? If you want to produce something, you require. Correct? Where will you find that raw material? In Bengaluru, you'll find that raw material under Mother Earth only, no? Correct? Everything Dhartima only provides. Yes. Whatever minerals you use. Yes, there is a gold company. They make gold out of it. But where do you find gold? Bhumi. Yes, no. In Mother Earth only. That means you are utilizing the natural resources. Yes. Air, KGF. Yeah, KGF. Now KGF where you don't find gold. Full dum-dumar. It is gone now. Okay. See, if you're doing any particular company, if you're operating in a society, you will use that society ka resources. Like you, if you are in Bangalore, yes, you use Bangalore like BBMP service, no? Yes, you use bus service, you use electricity, you use road, air, water, minerals, everything, etc. A company invariably will use it because without it they cannot function. Correct? No? They are taking the help. They are using society ka resources. Yes. So the company also has a moral obligation to do something for the society. Okay. That comes under social responsibility accounting. Somebody mentioned the CSR. Perfect. Corporate social responsibility. If you have learned that is awesome. Otherwise, it is fine. Okay. So this is social responsibility accounting. Meaning deals with what? The organization is doing how much social benefit. Like contributing for COVID, opening hospitals, okay, giving free educations. These are all social benefits. Yes. Which a company does. There'll also be some social cost. Like if you are a manufacturer, let's say I'm a chemical company, sir, chemical manufacturing company or petroleum manufacturing companies. I will obviously release some waste also. No? If I'm doing some manufacturing activity, there'll be some hazardous substance or waste substance also. Correct? What do I do with this waste? I will keep it inside my factory. I will store this waste in my factory or I will dump it. Generally, all this waste will be dumped into ocean. Correct? No? We'll dump it. Correct? That means somebody has to clean this. If you release so much of hazardous substance into the ocean, it will affect the other, animals and mammals gets affected. Yes, the water bodies ka creatures. I mean, somebody has to clean up that. That comes under social cost. Due to the company ka existence, what is the harm done? What is the benefit done? Measuring this is social responsibility accounting. Is that okay? Basically, social cost and social benefit. Benefit that you're doing it to the society versus harm that we can't say harm, we'll call it as cost. Yeah. But in reality, it's basically the harm that you're doing it to the society. What you're taking away from the society, what you're giving it to the society. Keeping a tally of that, we call it as social responsibility accountings. Alright, next is what, sir? Human resource accounting. if you observe any top managing directors ka commentary, the one major sentence which most of them will use is, okay, if you ask them, why are you successful? One common dialogue they will give is, I have a wonderful team. I have a superb employees. Have you heard about this? Almost every successful businessman tells this. I have a wonderful employees. Yes. Let's say I joined Infosys. I quit teaching and I joined, let's say, Reliance company. Can Reliance company find out my worth? Can they measure my worth? Like Elon Musk. Okay. Can you find out the worth? Exactly, can you find out my worth? By looking at this face. Sir, your face is worth 100 rupees. Sir. Yeah, like that. No. So human resource accounting basically tries to deal with what is the worth or what is the value of the employees. Okay, it's not concrete value, it is trying to estimate. Earlier, this human resource accounting was there in your CA final syllabus, one of the small topic. For now, it's been removed off. Okay, maybe when you come to CA final, it might be again introduced. Okay, this is not a concrete thing. It's just somebody had given some formulas how to find out this human resource accounting. We used to apply that. This is just a reasonable guess to how to find out the value. That is your sub-fields of accounting. Any confusion? Anyone? Anyone having any sort of confusion? No? Move on to the next then. Okay. Next is users of accounting information. Who and all can use the accounting information? 1. Can an investor use the accounting information, sir? Very much yes. What will he use this for? Investor will use accounting information to find out whether should he buy the company, should he invest in that company or should he not invest in that company. Yes. So investor can also use accounting information. That is one. So that is one user of accounting. Next is employees. Can employees use financial statements or accounting records? Yes. Like they can use accounting records to tell what? Like the company made wonderful profits this year. The company made super profits this year. Bumper profit. Okay, what will the employees tell now? What will employee? Hey, give me bonus. Yes, no, Deepavali bonus, that bonus, this bonus. Please give me hike. Salary hike, bonus and all you give me. Yes. So based on financial statements or based on accounting records, they can decide how much bonus they need to ask for. Or they can also decide how long should I stay in this company. Company is doing very bad, sir. Full loss company is making. Will you stay in that company? Do you think majority employee will stay in that company or they will start quitting? If company is making full loss after loss, then what will happen? Employees also will start slowly quitting. Yes or no? So that way employees can use accounting information. That is one. Okay. Next is creditors. Creditors means whom we purchase the goods from. Okay. Some of your size background they are telling. So I'll just give you a little explanation. What is a creditor? Let us say I purchased 100 pens whose value is 1 lakh rupees. I purchased this on, let's say, 5th May 2021. On 5th May 2021, I purchased 100 pens whose value is 1 lakh rupees. Okay. But I told, let's say I purchased this from X Limited, one company known as X Limited. I purchased my pen from this particular company. But I told this company, boss, I will not pay you the money right now. Though I am purchasing it from you, immediately I will not pay you the money. I will pay you the money on 5th July 2021. When did I purchase the goods? 5th in May. When am I paying for the goods? In July. Yes or no? That means there is a delay. How much is the delay, sir? There is a delay of 2 months. Yes. Fair enough. That means you need to pay somebody. On 5th May, do you have any liability? Science background students, can you tell me? On 5th May, let's say I am A Limited. That is the name of my company. Okay. Does A Limited have any liability on their head? They purchased the goods for 1 lakh, but they have not yet paid. They will pay it on 5th July, meaning 2 months later. On 5th May, do they have any liability on the top of their head? Yes. Meaning they have an obligation or they have a liability to pay how much? 1 lakh. Yes. to whom they need to pay this 1 lakh to? They need to pay this 1 lakh to X Limited. That X Limited, we call it as creditor. Creditor means somebody whom the business owes money, not owns. The business owes the money, meaning the business has to pay that somebody money. That we call it as creditor. Sir, he must pay a small amount as advance. That is a business decision, sir. Advance may be taken, may not be taken. All that is a business decision. We don't have to worry about. Accounting does not comment how you should do the business. That is your call. You collect the money or you pay the money after 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. That is your headache. Accounting will never come into the business, how you do the business. Okay, accounting is recording the transaction. What you have done, it records. That's all is accounting. Got it? Advance collected, not collected and all, secondary. Let's not go there. Fine. So now creditor you know now. Yes. How can creditor use financial statements? Or how can creditor use accounting information? Now in this example, what was the delay in payment? How much delay I am making in making the payment? 2 months credit. Yes. Is it necessary it has to be 2 months? Is it necessary this number has to be 2 months, or it could be anything? It could be anything. Yes or no? Correct. So in deciding this, we call it as credit period. Okay. In accounting terminology, we call this as credit period, that delay. Yes. So creditor can use financial statements or accounting information to find out this period. How much credit I should give it to the company, whether 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, 15 days, how much ever. In deciding this period, creditor can use accounting information like that. Okay, that's your creditor. Always. Next is your debtor. Debtor means what, sir? Ulta case. After buying, what will I do, sir? Now I purchase this 100 pens. After purchasing, what will I do? I will sell. Yes, no? Let's say, same, A Limited only. Or what? Name of the company was A Limited, no? Let's say A Limited sold those 100 pens to W Limited on, let's say, 1st June 2021 for 3 months credit. Now, can you tell me when will I get the money? I'll tell you this scenario. The company, that is A Limited, first they purchased the pens. After purchasing the pens, they sold the pens. The day on which they sold the pen is 1st June 2021. The party to whom they sold is W Limited for 3 months credit. See, if A Limited has sold the goods means we will recover the money. From whom? W Limited. When is the payment due date? Or can you tell me due date when I will get the money from W Limited? 3 months credit, no? So count that. June, July, August. Full 3 months. Yes. Can I say 31st August or can I call it as 1st September? Would that be okay with you? Yes. So I will recover the money on 1st September. I've just calculated 3 months of this. Is that okay? Fair enough. That means on 1st June, if you prepare balance sheet on 1st June, does A Limited have any asset? On 1st June, if you prepare any balance sheet, 1st June, A Limited has any asset? Asset means what? Something which the company should collect. Should they have to collect? Let's say the value of this is, let's say, 1.5 lakh rupees. On 1st June, should A Limited collect any money? Yes. How much they need to collect? They need to collect 1.5 lakh rupees from whom? W Limited. That W Limited only we call it as a debtor. Debtor means from whom we need to collect the money. Creditor means whom we need to pay the money. Debtor means whom we need to collect the money. Instead of debtors, it is also known as trade receivables. That is another name. Okay. Sometimes we say trade debtor, sometimes we call it as a trade receivables. Okay. Fine. Trade receivable also includes one more. Let's not go there for the time being. Yes. Is that okay with you? As somebody who's new to accounting or forgetting, is that making sense to everyone involved, in fact? Is that okay? That is your debtor. Now, debtor also can use accounting information. For what purpose? Debtors will use this financial information to find out should he buy the goods from you. Because for for A Limited, they are selling the goods to W Limited. But for W Limited, it's a purchase. No. For A, it is sale. For the other company, W, it's a purchase. Yes. So using financial statement, W Limited will get to know should they buy the goods from A Limited or should they not buy the goods. Like this, they can use that financial information in making that decision. Because you need to know, if you want to buy something, there are hundreds of people. Now if you want to buy phone, you can buy Samsung phone, iPhone, OnePlus, etc. There are many things. Yes. So based on features, based on goodwill, based on the status, etc., we decide. Yes, same goes for this also, W Limited. Based on that, they can decide whether they should buy from A Limited or they should ignore from A Limited. Correct. Okay. Now lenders. Lenders means providers of finance. Who gives you the money to start the business? Like bank loan people. If you want to start any business, you require bank loan. Yes. So lenders, bank people, they will use accounting information to find out whether should they give you the loan or you will not give the loan. Are you that Vijay Mallya category wala people or are you the right kind of people? Because if they have given loan means they have to recover that loan also, no, sir. Yes. So that recovery, they'll be able to ascertain by looking at accounting information. Because if you want any loan from the bank, first thing they'll ask is what surety you can give, and give me your balance sheet, give me your P&L. Like this basic information every lender will ask. Okay, based on that only they will decide whether they should give the loan or they should not give the loan. That's how lender can use accounting information. Government also can use financial accounting information. For what purpose? To know how much tax to collect. Yes, no. Tax rate they can decide based on financial information, and other things also they can use it for. Okay. Primarily it's for the tax. Management. Next is management. Management we already saw. Management uses accounting information to make the decisions. Decisions could be anything. Hiring, firing, expanding, paying dividend, could be anything. For every decision, management also needs the accounting records. So these are the users of accounting information. Okay. So don't worry, the elaboration version of this, I have given it in your normal notes also. I've given you normal notes also here. Okay. Don't have to worry about that also. This is a synopsis, but we'll be able to revise the things faster through the chart. Hence, I'm just doing it from the chart only. The detailed explanation notes also I have given it to you. If you want, you can refer that also. That is your choice. Okay. Next is limitation of accounting. Yes, accounting is not all goody-goody. There are some limitations also. What are those limitations? One, sir, when you say you're preparing balance sheet, balance sheet is basically a statement that gives you asset and liability ka position. Okay. But balance sheet is true, meaning that statement is true only for that day. Meaning if you prepare balance sheet today, then that balance sheet is valid only for today. If you prepare balance sheet on 31st March, then that balance sheet is true only for 31st March. The next day you cannot utilize 31st March ka balance sheet. Numbers would have changed. That is one disadvantage of the balance sheet, because you prepare balance sheet using accounting only, right? Yes. Meaning balance sheet will give you financial position only for one day. It will not give it for future. That is one disadvantage. Self-explanatory. Okay, no? Yes. Ignores inflation. Now, I purchased the pen, sir. Same example we'll take. I purchased the pen for 1 lakh rupees. You tell me, should I record this? Should I record this transaction? I purchased 100 pens by paying 1 lakh. Should I record this transaction? Yes. For what value will I record this transaction, sir? You're saying I will record. For what value? Obviously, you will record it for 1 lakh only, no? Yes. If you purchase it by paying 1 lakh, then you will record also for 1 lakh only. Correct? Let's say this transaction happened on 1st May 2021. Let's say on 10th May 2021, the price increased to 1,20,000. You purchased the goods by paying 1 lakh rupees. You paid cash and you took the goods by paying 1 lakh rupees. 5 days later or 10 days later, the value of that goods has become 1,20,000 due to inflation. Due to whatever reason, the price is increased. Will we worry about this 1,20,000? Will we scratch off this 1 lakh and write it as 1,20,000 now? I passed journal entry for 1 lakh. Will I strike off this amount and substitute this 1 lakh with 1,20,000? No. So accounting information deals with historical cost, we say. Meaning how much did you pay How much did we pay to buy these goods? 1 lakh. So we will only record it 1 lakh. That is one of the limitations of accounting. It is not day-to-day data. It is not realistic. It doesn't keep up pace with market value. Okay, how much ever you paid, that much only will be accounted in records. So it will not give you the market data or realistic data. So it ignores inflation, we can call it. Okay, after you purchase the goods, whether the price increases or decreases becomes irrelevant. Manageable. That's what we mean by it ignores inflation. That is not taken into account. Third factor is it ignores non-monetary items. See, in accounting, we only record a monetary transaction. Meaning, if you can express a transaction in terms of money, then only we record. If you cannot express, then we cannot record that. Okay. So that is one of the disadvantage. Okay. So like human resources, skills, loyalty, because employees, many of them might be working for 10 years, 15 years in the organization. They'll be very loyal to the company. Yes. All that you cannot record in accounts because you cannot measure their value. So that is one of the limitation in of accounting. Okay. When we say loyalty, it is not goodwill. All right. Goodwill is something different. We will take it later. That one. Okay. This is not, when I say loyalty, it is not goodwill. Fair enough. Goodwill we'll see another day, not now, for the time being. Certain items have to be estimated. Accounting is not foolproof. Certain estimates are also required, like to calculate depreciation. Some of you must have calculated. Those of you who don't know what I'm saying, it is fine. Okay. To calculate depreciation, you require useful life. If you remember, yes, you require useful life. You require residual value. These are the things you require to calculate depreciation. These are not precise numbers. They are just estimated numbers. Estimates can change. Yes. So accounting records is not totally foolproof, not 100% accurate. There are certain limitations also. Certain estimates are also required. We learn about all this when we get to depreciation, separate topic. Okay. Some of you may know it, hence I've just brought it out here. That's it. Okay. These are some limitations of accounting which we generally see. Next is role of accountant. Now you are pursuing CA course, Chartered Accountant, one of the famous or reputed courses in India. All right. What do you think after becoming a CA you can do? What and all can you do after becoming CA? Let's see. Because on some ground you would have chosen, no? All right. Somebody would have told you, you can do all this. Okay. Somebody is saying audit. Fine. Anything else? What and all can you do? Sir, we can do audit, we can do taxations. Dhanush is saying we can travel. Buddy, I'm asking about work related, not your passion. Mergers and acquisition, taxation, perfect. All right. So these are some accountant, role of the accountant. One, he can help the company in maintaining the books. Accounting, he can give a service in accounting domain only. How the books should be maintained. So he can help the company there. Two, he can do something known as a statutory audit. Statutory audit deals with checking. Okay, there will be something known as statutory auditor. That's what you're going to be later, okay, after qualifying, if you just take up company audits. Yes, thereby you will check the company records, balance sheet, P&L and all, and then certify whether the balance sheet is true and fair. The numbers they have shown, is it true and fair? Auditor will check and certify that. Okay, that's what we do in statutory audit. That could be one role. Or internal audit, like every organization will have certain policies, okay, certain accounting system. Whether that system is working fine or not, that is the job of an internal audit. Internal auditor should check whether that process is correct or not. Like if you just check your college, okay, can you pay the fees to anybody in your college? I think majority of you are still in your college. Can you pay college fees to your accounts faculty, sir? Let's say in college, sir, there is one accounts faculty. Can you go and pay the fees to your accounts faculty? Here, sir, madam, this is my college fees. Can you give? No. You have to go to a particular department, then only pay it. Yes, there will be something known as accounts department. There only you need to go and pay it. Yes or no? Yes? Like that. Because that is necessary for college to function properly. So that is nothing but internal audit. Every company will have certain procedures for accounting also. Yes? So job of internal audit is to check whether those systems are adequate and is it performing properly. Is it working properly is what you need to check in internal audit. Okay. And accountant can also give a service in taxation role, tax planning, how to save the tax, yes, how to reduce the tax and all. That is also one area of like a service which the accountant can give. Meaning it can also help the company in calculating how much tax should the company or an individual pay to the government. That is one area in which chartered accountants or accountant can contribute. Another is consultancy service. Consultancy could be anything like teaching, company law matters. Some of you said mergers and acquisition. Yes, all this consultancy also you can give it, whatever area. Also, you can give some financial advice like which investment to buy, how much insurance to buy, from which company should we buy insurance, etc. etc. These sort of financial advice also an accountant can give. So these are some role of an accountant. Manageable, sir. Is it okay? Second point. What do you mean by second point, sir? Are you asking some doubt, Kaiser? Or you are saying me something? Statutory audit. Statutory audit is just checking, sir. Checking the records. Balance sheet, P&L or all. No, chartered accountant will check. Like one company ka balance sheet we will check. Like let's say Kaiser, you have a company. You appoint me as auditor. Then I will come to your company, check your accounting records, check whether have you prepared balance sheet properly, have you prepared P&L properly, all the information have you shown it correctly, at correct value, like this. So all this comes under statutory audit. Basically checking whether the accounting records is fine and balance sheet and P&L is it true and accurate. That's all is statutory audit. Manageable. Internal audit deals with internal accounting policies. Okay, certain accounting policies. I gave you a college example, right? Even organization will have it. Like organization also will have like there'll be one person for purchasing the goods. Only that person will purchase the goods. Nobody else will buy. There'll be one person or one team who will sell the goods. Nobody else will sell. There'll be one person who will pay the cash, who will receive the cash, like cashier. They will only do that duty. Yes, these are some policies which the companies have it. Internal audit is checking whether those policies are fine. Is it sufficient and is it working fine? Or is there any loopholes in that? That is what internal audit deals with. That's all. Manageable. Okay. Awesome. A quick revision of everything. Sure. Okay, no problem. Fadafat we'll try to recover. Accounting deals with recording, transaction and event. Transaction means it's an activity, performance of an activity, but that activity should be monetary. Event means it is a result of that transaction. What is the definition of accounting? Accounting is recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting and communicating transaction and events to the concerned person or to the interested parties. Okay, that's the first thing we learned. Next is objectives of accounting. Through accounting, what can you achieve? Through accounting, one, you can record all the transaction. 2, you will know the financial position of a business. 3, you will know the result of a business. 4, you can take all the management decisions, whatever is required with the help of accounting. Those are objectives. Bookkeeping and accounting, there are certain differences. Bookkeeping only deals with recording the transaction, nothing other than that. Just systematic recording, that's it. But accounting not only deals with recording, it deals with much other functions also. So a second difference between bookkeeping is, bookkeeping does not give you financial position because we don't prepare balance sheet under bookkeeping. Whereas under accounting, we'll be able to know financial position because we prepare something known as balance sheet. With bookkeeping, you will not know the result of a business. With accounting, you can know. With bookkeeping, you cannot take managerial decisions, but with accounting, you can. Fifth one, bookkeeping does not have any sub-fields like cost accounting, management accounting, etc. But accounting has sub-fields. Okay. Next, we discuss sub-fields of accounting. First is financial accounting. Financial accounting simply deals with recording the transaction and preparing financial statements like balance sheet, P&L, etc. That is what is financial accounting ka whole scope is all about. Management accounting deals with whatever additional reports management requires to take their decisions, making sure that report is available to them. Providing those reports, we call it as comes under management accounting wala funda. Cost accounting. Cost accounting deals with ascertaining the cost of a product. And if you know the cost of a product, you also have a scope to reduce that cost. So that comes under cost accounting. Next is social responsibility accounting, which deals with social benefit and social cost. What is the harm you are doing to the society versus what is the benefit you are giving to the society? That comes under social responsibility accounting. Next, human resource accounting. This deals with finding the value of the employees of the organization. That is HR accounting. Users of financial statements could be: one, investors. They can use it to take investment decisions. Two, employees. Employees can use financial statements to decide whether should they stay in this organization or should they quit, or how much bonus should they ask for, or hike they should ask for, etc., etc. Creditor can use this financial statement to determine credit period. Next, debtors can use financial statements or accounting information to decide whether should he buy the goods from the company or not. Next, lenders will use the accounting information to determine should we give the money or not to this particular entity. Management can use the financial information to take decisions. Government can use the accounting information to basically find out the tax point of view. Accounting also has certain limitations. One limitation is balance sheet. No, that's a statement. It is only true for one day. Whichever day you prepare balance sheet, it is only valid for that day. It is not valid for the future. So that is one disadvantage. Two second disadvantages is accounting records, the financial statements, right? They ignore inflation. After you purchase, what happens is ignored in accounting currently. Yes. So hence inflation, something which is ignored for our accounting purpose. It also ignores non-monetary items, something which you cannot express in value in monetary terms, like employees ka worth, employee ka loyalty, skills, etc., etc. That you cannot measure precisely. Hence, we cannot record them also. That is one limitations. And accounting is not totally foolproof. You need to estimate certain things also. So that is some of the disadvantages or limitations of accounting. Last was a role of an accountant. Accountant can give his service in mainly bookkeeping, in maintaining the records, or he can go for statutory audit, or he can go give a service under internal audit, or taxation service, financial advice, etc., etc. These are some of the roles of an accountant. Okay, that's your quick revision on the topic. See, now we spent so much time, probably more than 1 hour to discuss this. But revision, we were able to do just under maybe what I think we took about maybe 5 minutes at the tops. Yes. So that will help you on the last day. By just looking at this table, you can just revise everything. First chapter in 5 minutes. Now, how is your confidence? I give you this normal notes to you, and I said you go through this. You will take at least 15-20 minutes to go through each and every point. But if I just give you the same format in the summary version, all right, then you can revise it fatafat. So this way I told, with the help of chart, you can revise the entire syllabus in under 3 hours. That is the importance of chart. Okay, fine. And I generally do charts for everything. For all, I handle about 8 or 9 subjects overall, for everything included. I prepare charts for everything. Okay, because many of the feedback that I have got from the students is it is really helping them for in their last day examination revision. Hence, I prefer to look at this. Done? Okay. Now let's do one thing. Let's see how much we got. I full throat arkonne. Yes. Let's see how much you understood. Let's solve some questions. Basically, I'm telling you, from these sort of topics, you can expect only true or false kind of questions. Generally, those are things comes. Let's see. Which of the following is not a subfield of accounting? Management accounting, cost accounting, bookkeeping. Which is the right answer according to you? Option C. You just tell A, B, C and all. Poll and all, no, I cannot conduct because the system is a little far and will take a lot extra time. Just say the answers. A, B, C, that is good enough. Which is not a subfield of accounting? Management accounting is, cost accounting is, bookkeeping is not. So that is the answer. Okay. Next, purpose of accounting system includes all the following except. They're saying which of the following is not a purpose of accounting. Yes, somebody is saying, sorry, you've given the answer already. Yeah. Some I would like to give it as homework. So I've already highlighted it. Okay. But read the option. In accounting, do we do interpretation and do we do recording? In accounting, we do recording also. We do interpretation also. Do we do classifying activity in accounting? Yes. Okay. Dictate the specific type of business enterprise transaction that enterprise may engage in. Will any accounting tell you this business you should do? this business you should not do. Does accounting give such, does it dictate terms like this? No, accounting just deals with recording and the things, recording and other things. Yes, it will not dictate you whether you should take a particular decision or not take a particular decision. That accounting will not override. Hence, this is not a purpose of accounting. Answer is C. Manageable. Book, okay, no? I know you know the answer, it's given over there, but still, are you able to get it? All right, no? Okay, bookkeeping is mainly concerned with what, sir? Is it concerned with recording, classifying, summarizing? Does classifying, summarizing and all will come in bookkeeping? No. Will interpreting come in bookkeeping? No. Bookkeeping only concerned with what? Systematically recording the transaction. That's all it is. Yes. So option A is the right answer. These sort of questions generally they ask in examination. Generally the first question in your examination, okay, is a 12 marker one. They'll ask you 6. Generally it's the thing. It's not necessary. It has to come like that only. Fine. So, but you told 20 marker. Sir, initially when I told each question carries 20 marks. Under that, you will have sub parts. You may have 3 parts like 10, 5, 5. Question number 1, totally it will be for 20 marks. Under this, you may have sub part A, sub part B, sub part C like this. A part can carry 10 marks. B part can carry 5 marks. C can carry 5 marks. Like this, there could be various sub parts. Any ratio. It could be 10, 5, 5, or it could be 15, 5. Or it could be 12, 5, 3, like this. Any combination institute wants, they can ask it. But overall, that question will have 20 marker question like this. But it will have subcategories. No, fair enough. So generally, 2 or 4 question comes for about 12 markers. If you just check the paper trend, they'll ask you 6 true or false questions. Each carries 2 marker. You need to find out whether it is true or whether it is false and give a reason why it is true or why it is false. Don't please write nonsense. So it is true because it is not false. Okay, please don't write all that in ACA. That may work in your PUC or as a 12th standard or in your BCom. It will never work in professional examination. Don't add unnecessary masalas. If you know the answer, write it. To the point you write. You will get correct marks just because I think some students have this notion. So I will fill the pages. One question I will write for 5 pages. Will I get high marks? That is nonsense. If you write nonsense for 5 pages, you will get 0 only. You will not even get a single mark. Masala and all, you leave it at professional course. Keep it at your BCom level. There it might work. Here 100% it will not work. In fact, they will be so irritated by you that you may actually start losing marks. Answer always to the point in professional examination. Little bit masala, okay. Don't write nonsense, please. If you don't know, leave it. It's fine. Move on to the next thing. Okay. Negative is not there. Negative marking is not there, but don't add masalas. Too much masalas. Little bit okay. Acceptable. We are Indians, of course. Yes. Spice is there in our blood only. Little bit whether whatever we do, it will come out. Okay. Too much not required. Control. Done. Okay. Financial statements are part of what, sir? Is financial statements part of bookkeeping? No. Is it part of management accounting? No. It is part of A. Option A, accounting. That. Because through accounting only you will prepare financial statements. Correct? Financial position of a business. Which statement gives you financial position? P&L, balance sheet, which one? I'll give you 2 options only. Balance sheet, P&L, which one? Balance sheet gives you the financial position. So that is the right answer. Financial position means asset ka position, liability ka position. How much assets we have, how much liabilities we have. That is given, that a particular statement gives. That statement ka name is balance sheet. Okay, so that is the right answer. All right. Users of accounting information include. Who cannot use the accounting information? Can creditors use it? Creditors are also known as suppliers. Can they use it? Yes. Can lenders or customers use it? Yes. That means what is the option? Both of them can use it. Yes. So option C as in Chennai is the right answer. Paklama, artha problem paklamanda. Everyone following? Purinjada. Okay, next. Question number, okay, paklame. Awesome. Sir, we have to take the whole question as option, right? Yeah, the whole question is an option. Both are the right answer. So this is the option we need to select. Awesome. Financial statements do not consider what? Asset expressed in monetary terms. Will you include monetary items in financial statements? Yes. Will you include liabilities which can be expressed monetarily? Yes. Assets and liabilities. Basically, if a transaction can be expressed in monetary terms, you will record it, so it will come in balance sheet or P&L also. However, if you have non-monetary items, will you show that in financial statements? They are asking financial statements do not consider, meaning which will not come in financial statement. Which will not come? Those assets and liabilities or those transaction which cannot be expressed in monetary terms, meaning which is non-monetary. Those things which are non-monetary will not be part of your accounting system. Okay, hence it will not be part of your financial system. So C as in Chennai is again the right answer. Okay, any doubt, please shoot up. So I am thinking, since there is many of you here, everyone's chat and all, I may not see it because sometimes what happens, 10-15 of you will send the chat in one go. Okay, so if you have any doubt, please don't hesitate. You're paid full fees, you have full right to ask the doubt. Okay, don't hesitate. If there's any issue, kindly speak up. Always free to. Don't have that hesitancy. Okay, next. On 1st January, Sohan, one person, he paid a rent of 5,000. Okay, this rent paid, is it transaction or is it an event? Or is it both? They're asking. He paid a rent. It's a transaction, yes, no? Doing an activity is a transaction. So Sohan paid a rent. So this is an activity. So right answer is a transaction. Okay, awesome. On 31st March 2020, after selling the goods worth 2,000, he is left with a closing inventory of 10,000. Some company or some person, he purchased the goods. After purchasing, he sold the goods. Even after doing all this activity, some goods is still remaining with him. He bought it, he sold it. After doing this transaction, you remember in my example, 30 pence was remaining. 100 I purchased, 70 I sold, 30 was remaining. That only we call it as closing stock or closing inventory. They're asking that closing stock, is it a transaction? Is it an event? What is it? Or both? That closing stock, a transaction, event or both? It's an event. Yes, no? Because you did purchase and you did sell. The result of that buying and selling is your closing stock. Hence, it is an event. Yes. Sir, in question number 8, he paying and getting a result. Now, if he pays, sir, with just one rent expense, can you know the result means profit or loss, sir? Basically, that's what we're looking at, basically. Okay. Can you just by paying, doing one transaction, can you know, can you know the result? Not possible, no? Yes. So, hence, this is transaction only. Fair enough. Any activity that you're doing is a transaction. The result of that transaction. Okay, if you want it in simple terms, closing stock, profit or loss. These are the only two events. Let's keep it like this. Okay, not to just confuse you. Okay, events majorly consist of two things. That is, one is a closing stock. Closing stock is also, we call it as inventory. Okay, we use the term stock or we can use it as inventory. All right, same it is. Okay, or another profit or loss. The profit or loss which the business makes and the closing stock generally which the business has. These are considered as an event. Manageable? Comfortable? Okay. Somebody is saying, sir, this is a transaction of 2,000. They're not asking that, sir. They're asking in this question, he is left with the closing stock, closing inventory of 10,000. This is, when they say this is, they're talking about closing inventory. They're specifically asking about this question. Yes, I agree with you. Sale of goods is a transaction. I'm not debating that. They're not asking that in the question. They're asking closing inventory is what? Whether that is a transaction or that is an event. That is what they're asking. So it is an event. Clear, sir? Yes, understood. Awesome. So, next, some true or false question. Let's go through that. There is no difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Is it both are same ante? Correct? There is absolutely no difference between bookkeeping and accounting is what they're making. Absolute nonsense they're telling you. It is false. Just now we looked at 5 or 6 differences. No? How much ever you can remember, write that difference. 1 or 2 differences you write as a justification. That is sufficient. Don't write all the 5 or 6. For identifying the right answer, no, you will get 1 mark. For justifying it, you will get 1 mark. No need to write all the 5 or 6 points. Just write 2 points as justification. That is sufficient. Any 2 points. I've given you 5 or 6 in the chart. No, 1 or 2, I think ideally should be sufficient. Even 1 is okay. 1 or maximum 2, not more than that. Anything of your choice. Done? Okay, that's how you will answer in the examination. Alright, next. Management accounting covers preparation and interpretation of financial statement. Does management accounting deal with that? Which deals with preparing and interpreting of financial statement? Financial accounting deals with that. Yes, management accounting deals with providing the reports necessary to take the decision. So this is not activity of management accounting. Interpreting and communication of financial statements and all is an activity of financial accounting. So answer is false there. Next, question 12. Financial accounting is concerned with internal reporting to the managers of business accounting. Financial accounting deals with that. Does it deal with only internal reporting? Financial accounting, does it deal with internal reporting? No, it deals with more with external reporting. Yes. Providing internal reporting to managers for decision making is which function? It's a function of management accounting. Financial accounting does not deal with that. Hence, it is wrong. Yes, no. Management accounting gives you whatever data you require to take the decision. Hence, that is wrong. False it is. Next, question 13. Customers of a business should not be considered as users of accounts of the business. They are not interested to know the performance of business. Customer does not want to use financial statement, it seems. True or false? Customers also will use financial statements to decide whether should they transact with you or not. Should they buy the goods from you or not? To take this decision, obviously they will check financial statements or accounting information only. Yes. So that means everything is false. What, sir? All is false only. Don't write like this in examinations. 1 or 2 will also be true. Okay. Don't do that inky pinky ponky. Sir, everything I'll write false and come off. Anyway, 1 mark I will get. Okay. Don't do that. Institute is smart enough. Alright. Everything they will not give as false also in the examination. Some will be true also. Okay. Just check and do. Don't do this mug up activity. Customer. Customer is not there in the chart. It's there, Noda. Kaiser, where are you? Customer. Customer is our debtor, sir. Okay, a specific word is not utilized. Debtors only we call it as customers. Okay, fine now. That is your customer. Debtor. If you want, you can write like that. Manageable. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Next, summarizing is the basic function of accounting. All the business transaction of financial characteristics evidenced by some documents such as sales bills, passbook, sales slip, salary slip are recorded in the books of accounts. Sir, is summarizing the basic function of accounting, or what is the first function of accounting, sir? Summarizing means preparing trial balance. First only you will prepare trial balance, or what is the first thing you do? First thing you do is bookkeeping. That is nothing but journal we say. Yes, no? Recording. Yes. Recording is the basic function of accounting, not summarizing. First you will record. Okay, that recording only we call it as journal. Recording we call it as journalizing. Okay, so that is the first or the basic function of accounting, not summarizing. So answer to this is also false only. Why debtors need to access accounting information? I told Macha here. This example I gave, where that example went. Here. See, A Limited sold the goods to W Limited. Remember this example. Yes. So, if A Limited is selling the goods to W Limited, that means can I tell W Limited is purchasing from A Limited? W Limited is purchasing from A Limited. Can I tell like this? Yes. Should W Limited buy only from A Limited, or he can buy from someone else also now? Should W Limited buy only from A Limited, or can he buy from anybody else also? He can buy from others also possible. Yes or no? So W can use a financial statement of A Limited to find out whether this is a good company or a bad company. That's how you do it, no sir. If you want to buy a phone. Yes. Whether will you go for a Nokia or will you go for a Samsung, sir? I'll give you a simple choice. Whether will you go for a Nokia or will you go for a Samsung? Probably most of them will go for a Samsung. Yes, because a better product, better features, maybe lesser price, could be anything. Yes, same like that. Customers also can use financial statements in finding out whether this company is good or bad. Okay, that's all it is. Whether it is true or whether it is false, justification is a must. Okay, somebody saying break, sir, 1 minute, sir. We'll finish off this topic and then take a break. Hang on, another 5 minutes. That's it. I understand. Balance sheet shows the financial position of a business on the day of its preparation and not on the future day. They're saying balance sheet gives you financial position only on that day and not the future. Is it right? Absolutely yes. There goes the truth. Many of you were looking for truth. Here came the truth. Okay, fine. So you'll just write the same thing. Justification is balance sheet is a statement of financial position as at a given date. For a true, you'll copy more or less the same thing given in the question. You can't give further justification there. Okay, same thing what is given in the question only, you write it off. That is sufficient. Because if it is a true statement, what else can you justify? Yes, no. Copy the same thing. That is fine. Okay. Hence, majority of the question in the examination might be towards false. Because there you have to give the reason, no, why it is false. Okay. So hence, majority of the questions will be towards false, but 1 or 2, they may make it true also, possible. Okay. Objectives of bookkeeping are complete recording of transactions and ascertainment of financial position. Yes, complete recording is what bookkeeping deals with. So this statement is also true. That's all bookkeeping primarily deals with. So with this, our first chapter we have completed. Okay. So let's take we'll take about 20 minutes break. Then we will continue with the remaining topics, or we'll start with the next topic. Thank you guys.